lesson is how to walk strides and count your distances between jumps. All right, and we're going to look at several different things. First, we're just going to look at a basic line, but just keep in mind there's lots of things to consider when you're walking distances, such as how high the jumps are, how tall the horses are, and things like that. But in general, you'll know the distance between the jumps, and then you can work within that. In general, a normal horse's stride, we consider having a 12-foot stride when the jumps are set, reasonably at a reasonable size. The lower the jumps, you might want to bring the jumps closer. The bigger the jumps, you set them a little farther apart. And the reason for that is you have to take into consideration how far away they're taking off from a jump and how far they're landing after the jump. But let's start with the basics, how to walk the distance. Now, what you want to know first is, based on the size of your legs and your step, is you have to think about the size of your steps. And since I'm short, I have a good feel for how many steps, or how big a step I have to take to be 3 foot. And so I base mine on 3 foot steps. Some people base theirs on 4, but I'm just going to base mine on 3 and show you how I count. All right, I'm going to count aloud. So you can see if I was out walking a course at a horse show, this is actually what's going on in my mind. Okay, so I start in the center of my jump, right at the back side of the jump. I make sure I'm aimed straight for the middle of the next jump before I start counting my steps. And when I count, I'm going to count by 3s because I'm going to take 3-foot steps. And so I start by going 3, 6, 9, none. And I do that because 6 feet on the back side of your first jump and 6 feet on the front side of the next jump, that's the landing and the takeoff, so you don't count those as a stride. All right, so you have 12 feet, that's just landing and takeoff. Then I go 3, 6, 9, 1, 3, 6, 9, 2, 3, 6, 9, 3, 3, 6, 9, 5. My foot landed right at 5, so that means that I have, this would be a 72-foot line, which means it's 5 steps because 12, you subtract 12 feet for the takeoff and landing, and so you're left with 60 feet. 60 divided by 12, that's your 5 strides. So a horse coming into this line, and it's right on, and the jumps are decent size, it should ride exactly at 5 steps for a normal-sized horse. Now, if you're a smaller pony and the jumps are this big, you might have, and they don't have a big step, you might have to, go easy with the step. And if you have a big horse, a 17-plus hand horse with a huge step, and you're jumping this line, you might have to walk against the wall. Okay? So again, we go. All right, I'll walk at the end. 3, 6, 9, 2, 3, 6, 9, 3, 3, 6, 9, 4, 3, 6, 9, 5. And that's how I know it's 5 steps. And that works whether it's 1 stride, 2 stride, 3 stride, doesn't matter. Now the things you have to consider are when you're walking strides, if you're walking for a pony, a large pony is based on 11-foot strides. A medium, I believe, is 10-foot, and a small, perhaps 9-foot strides, but I'd have to double check that. So you have to, walk those a little bit differently, or just do your math a little differently after you walk the course. And on your courses at the horse shows, it'll tell you the distance between the lines, and then based on that distance, you can figure out, okay, it's supposed to be this many strides, depending on the height of the jumps, and you also have to consider your own horse, what's best for your horse. Okay, so once you know how to walk strides, then you're going to be able to set up takeoff and landing pulls, bounces, gymnastics, all kinds of things, and be able to adjust based on your horse, the size of the jumps, and so forth. I'm going to do bounces and gymnastics in another video, but I thought on this one I'd talk a little bit about takeoff and landing pulls. And takeoff and landing pulls are really useful in a lot of cases. When you're teaching a beginner to trot a jump, it's nice to have takeoff and landing pulls once they're ready to land cantering, because that helps tell the horse, oh, I'm going to land cantering, and the kid doesn't have to work very hard to do that. Keeps them very safe. But what I use it most for is it really helps the horse use himself, teach them to rock back and jump rounder, and the steeper your X is, it also helps them to square up in front. Now, with really low jumps, normally you would have about, for a big horse, 8 or 9 feet between your takeoff and your jump. But when it's set really low, I subtract off of that. So normally I have like a 3-6, and then there's probably another half a foot, or if it's a big horse, I'll roll it out another foot, foot and a half. You really just have to adjust it based on your horse and the size of the jump that they're going to. And you do the same distance on both sides of the jump, and you can go back and forth each way. Now as I put this jump up, I'm going to have to move my poles out. And if vice versa, when I bring the jump down, I got to roll them back in. This is something that it's just a really good exercise for a lot of different reasons, so I use it all the time. When you become more advanced, you can set things up so that your riders would have to come in. You can set a canter pull in front of a jump, so they have to find their distance to the first pull, have a canter step, and a jump. But we'll work on those things when we get to the gymnastics. But for now, just remember your 12-foot strides, and you can make adjustments based on that. I walk a 3-foot step, so I count 3, 6, 9, none, 3, 6, 9, 1, and so forth. If you walk a 4-foot step, you would be 4, 8, none, 4, 8, 1. It's just a little different counting. So you just have to figure it out on your own. But this will help you when you start going to horse shows and doing jumper classes and walking your horses. So good luck to you, and I'll see you in the next video.